The Mazda 787B was created for endurance racing. Introduced in 1991, the car became one of the most iconic machines in motorsport history. Not because it was the most powerful, not because it was the most technologically advanced, but because it achieved something no Japanese manufacturer had ever accomplished before: victory at Le Mans. At the time, the 24 hours of Le Mans was considered the ultimate test of both machine and driver. Speed alone was never enough. A car needed reliability, fuel efficiency, aerodynamic stability, and the ability to survive an entire day of continuous racing. Mazda approached this challenge with a philosophy unlike any other manufacturer. Instead of using a conventional piston engine, Mazda continued developing rotary engine technology. Compact, lightweight, and capable of extremely high engine speeds, the rotary became central to Mazda's motorsport identity. The 787B used the R26B engine, a naturally aspirated four-rotor power plant unlike anything else competing at Le Mans. It produced over 700 horsepower and could rev beyond 9,000 revolutions per minute. But what truly separated the car was its sound. High-pitched, mechanical, and unmistakably unique. Even among Group C machines, the 787B sounded different. The engine itself was engineered for endurance. Mazda used advanced materials, including ceramic apex seals, to improve reliability during long-distance racing. At the same time, the chassis remained lightweight and aerodynamically efficient. Its orange and green renowned livery would eventually become legendary. Yet despite its engineering, Mazda entered Le Mans as an underdog. European manufacturers dominated endurance racing. Jaguar, Mercedes-Benz, and especially Porsche had years of experience and success. Few expected Mazda to win, but in 1991, everything changed. The 787B completed the race without major mechanical failure. As competitors encountered problems, Mazda maintained pace, consistency, and reliability. After 24 exhausting hours, the 787B crossed the finish line in first place. For the first time in history, a Japanese manufacturer had won the 24 hours of Le Mans overall. It was also the only victory for a rotary-powered car in Le Mans history. Soon after, regulation changes effectively ended the rotary era in top-level endurance racing. That made the 787B's victory even more significant. It was not simply a race win, it became the final chapter of an entire engineering philosophy. Even today, the Mazda 787B remains legendary, not only because of its success, but because of what it represented: innovation, persistence, and the determination to challenge convention. The sound of the four-rotor engine still echoes through motorsport history, a reminder of a machine that achieved the impossible. That is the Mazda 787B.